Alright, shall I go first? Hey everybody, Comic Boss from Amerime Media. This is my co-host,
Corey Saltchu Floyd.
And we're doing the Geek Report.
This week in geekness. Roll intro.
So today I want to talk about Fable. Microsoft is reportedly bringing back Fable. Yay, fans!
Now, the real question is if this is going to be a continuation or a remaster. Because we all know that Fable 4 ended up being a huge failure that never launched.
Oh, God. Me being a Fable fan, I was so disappointed in the last Fable game.
I was too, because at the end of it all, like, the choices at the end really didn't mean shit.
Right. Yeah.
It ended up being completely lackluster, and I killed my dog.
Unlike the one before that.
I know, Fable 2 was the shit.
When you had to decide with the kingdom, and my child got taken, and then I destroyed the.
When my kid got stolen, I turned into whole Liam Neeson.
So
I'm a rich man.
Is being developed by Playground Studios.
In other gaming news, word down from the hill is there's going to be a new Aliens game. Now, I shudder in mere thought of it because no matter what, there's never been such thing as a good Aliens game outside of Aliens in the arcade, Alien vs. Predator arcade, and that's about it. Because most of you probably remember the complete catastrophe
what about
of
Aliens vs. Marines? No? That was catastrophe you wanted to bring
up?
What,
the one on Atari?
No, the one that just had.
No, it was still terrible.
I liked it.
But I'm mainly talking about the big failure of Aliens Colonial Marines, which came out in 2013. A game that was already in developmental hell for over 10 years. It was originally signed to 2K Games, but even 2K Games couldn't handle it because they were building their own little franchise called Borderlands. So then they passed it off to another company, and that ended up being the really terrible end result. Now, this is still in the rumor mill, so the question is, who's going to develop it? Will 2K actually develop it this time, or are they going to seek something elsewhere? Hopefully something to do with the Unreal Engine if they really want to make progress. Hopefully the people at id, because Doom was magnificent. And if you're really looking to scare the hell out of people and have a lot of explosions, maybe id might be the company to go towards.
So if you had a good choice, that's who you'll be passing the ball on to.
Oh, now another interesting turn of events. Hopefully by now we've already reserved your ticket to go see Black Panther, because Fandango.com had a little problem selling out.
We got ours. I don't know about y'all.
I hope you got yours.
Hold on. One more thing in gaming. Overwatch. Philly Fusion just won their second game. No, shout out to Philly Fusion.
Shout out to the Philly Fusion. I hope you guys win this. My real question is, how many people are watching? Is it? Because I know there's a lot riding on this league.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, the last thing we need is another failed. Well, actually, no. This is actually more of a first of its kind type thing.
But I mean,
especially on such a grand scale. Like I saw billboards of Philly Fusion on our way into the office today, and I was just like, okay.
I mean, they're getting into it. I mean, if you play the game Overwatch, which 13 almighty do, each of the major league teams has their own colors. So you could play Philly Fusion with the Broad Street Bullies, orange and black. Or the black and gold.
Currently, it seems like in DC Films, they are actually planning on doing a Flashpoint movie. The director that they're actually filing down to the directors, and it looks like things could be promising. But then again, a lot of things were supposed to be looking promising when it comes to the DCEU.
I mean, I mean, we gonna get together, DC. We gonna get together, hopefully.
Are we? Are we? I love DC television, don't get me wrong. Except for Arrow, it's nothing but really solid programming. And I'm looking forward to John Constantine showing up on the CW. Speaking of CW, the other night I saw the first episode of Black Lightning, and I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, speak on that.
The first episode of Black Lightning, it was funny. It was also poignant, and I gotta admit, it gave me a Luke Cage vibe, but in all the good ways. Even when Black Lightning went to the hotel to rescue his daughters. But so far, so good. We're only one episode in, and I've met the main characters and what appears to be the main bad guy. Now, hopefully, in contrast to Luke Cage, they'll have a better turnout when it comes to villains throughout the season. Because in Luke Cage, we had a great villain out of Cottonmouth, but a really shitty one out of Diamondback.
Right. Well, Diamondback wasn't in for that long.
Well, no. If you notice, they literally cut the season in half. Half of it was Cottonmouth. The other half was Diamondback.
Right.
And Diamondback sucks as a bad guy, mainly because his acting was too over the top. It felt like I was watching blaxploitation, even though that's where it derives from. But I feel like it was a big step back.
Well, Mahershala Ali is the man, so you know.
Well, yeah. He's always
delivered on Cottonmouth.
Well, he's always been really good at just delivering solid lines.
Mm-hmm.
I mainly remember him from watching House of Cards.
Yep.
So he was always on point up there, going at it with some of the best actors around. So to turn him into a full blown bad guy just seemed natural.
Right.
Oh man.
What's next? The blog.
I finally found a place that was filming, that was showing The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro's.
Damn time. We had.
It's
trying to find.
There's literally one theater in all of Philadelphia showing it,
city.
and they only show it maybe 2 to 3 times a day. So I was very fortunate to sit down and watch this because I was getting mad that there was a Del Toro movie that received a Golden Globe that I haven't seen. So I sat down, I watched it, I really did enjoy it. I'll go into further details if you check out the website, which will be in one of the links below.
AmerimeMedia.com.
Buy a shirt.
Blog. Yeah, buy a shirt.
Another interesting news. I recently sat down and watched a few movie trailers that I'm gonna try and leave the link below. One of them is called Truth or Dare, which I'm not gonna lie, by the title alone, I thought it was gonna be really idiotic.
It is.
But yeah, it literally is about a group of kids that get stuck playing a demonic game of Truth or Dare. But if they don't play, they automatically get possessed and commit suicide. I gotta admit, it looks kind of stupid, but so did Happy Death Day, which actually was a really good movie. And then again, that was a Blumhouse production, and Blumhouse has been chucking out nothing but gold. Still no word from Blumhouse production, even though they did a great half-an-hour interview over at Screen Junkies over the pre-production and production of Five Nights at Freddy's, a film that still is pegged to come out before 2018 is over, or maybe they're planning on saving it into 2019. But either way, I do look forward to it since Scott finally wrapped up the entire story of it in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Simulator, or FNAF, whatever number.
It's all over now.
Which I'm still kind of surprised, because if he wanted to, he could have milked it till Rapture.
Right. So, y'all can sleep safely. Freddy's not coming to get y'all.
Star Wars The Last Jedi was also recently pulled from Chinese theaters. Seems
the Chinese do not mess with Star Wars.
Despite all the flip-floppy reviews people have given it, it's still currently sitting at 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. So maybe you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. But Star Wars has never had a good relationship with the Chinese audience. Their best attempt was last year with Star Wars Rogue One, and that's mainly because they had big Chinese superstar Donnie Yen as a supporting role.
Donnie Yen's the homie.
Yeah, he played a Jedi that wasn't a Jedi.
But he was a great Jedi.
But my biggest problem with Star Wars Rogue One was it suffered from prequel-itis. So you already knew it wasn't going to turn out the way you wanted to. Yeah, because the supporting characters were actually pretty interesting. The main characters, especially on the protagonist side, were kind of dry. Like I saw more attitude out of the droid than I did the main heroine.
Oh man!
But of course, when you have a hallway scene where the Darth Vader's serving up death like it's sliced bread, you gotta enjoy it.
That's the best scene in the whole movie.
Well, I mean,
Darth Vader showing up.
And the weird thing is that that originally wasn't gonna be made. That scene, they was just like, well, we got some time. Let's do it. My favorite scene was actually just showing his castle of Mustafar and him like rejuvenating in the bacta tank. But then again, that also says something about this film that both of our favorite scenes have nothing to do with any of the main characters or supporting characters. But it still overall was a good film that suffers from prequel-itis. Right. Speaking of prequel-itis, a lot of people are already giving frowny faces at the idea of the Han Solo film,
including us.
I'm incredibly skeptic because personally, I don't give a shit about Han Solo enough to watch a whole movie about
skeptic. It. Like they could have did so many better characters other than Han Solo.
I mean, I would have actually rather seen a story about
Yoda.
Hell, actually,
Yoda.
You could do a Peter Jackson 6-hour journey with Yoda because the motherfucker lived to be damn near 1,000 years. I mean, there's eons of stories. I mean, I'm kind of scared to see how a young Yoda would fight. Old Yoda had dope moves.
There's eons of stories, and plus, supposedly him and Mads are related. So if that's possible, they could explore that story, and that would have been fresher than a young Han Solo.
I'm not feeling it, and then it's just I don't know. Like
that's our question to y'all. Do y'all care about the Han Solo movie?
Are you hyped to see Han Solo? If you're not, that's okay. But if you want to see that, who would you like to see a Star Wars story on? Leave it in the comments below. Me personally, I would like to see Yoda.
I would like to see Revan.
Revan, he wants to go to the Knights of Old Republic, which actually would be a very refreshing turn. But does Disney actually have the guts?
No, they don't. No.
Yeah,
they don't.
I think I have a better chance of seeing a Yoda story before I see it.
They definitely going to put their money on where they think they could make it at, which is why they make it Han Solo.
I think it's a bad move.
I agree. I agree.
It was one of those things where it sounded good in my head, but then I was just like, how much do I
care? None.
It's like, I don't know.
Zero. Zilch.
And yesterday we were having a meeting, and I said, well, what about a Chewbacca film? And my boss was like, well, that's what happened with the Star Wars Holiday Special. We're not supposed to talk about that. because if you know about it, you know why we're not supposed to talk about that. I mean, more people don't want to talk. More people don't want to talk about that than people talk about Fight Club.
And no one talks about Fight Club.
Actually, we just did, so we already snitched.
All right, y'all. That's us. This is Comic Boss.
This is Corey Salter, Floyd. This has been the Geek Report. Make sure you visit AmerimeMedia.com for our blogs as well as our podcast. And you make sure you hit up the site, grab a t-shirt or a coffee mug. Peace. Hey guys, Corey Salty Truth here. I hope you had a lot of fun with that. Don't forget to check out this right here. This right here. Yo, this is where 13 the Almighty completely loses his shit. It's hilarious. Don't forget to like, subscribe, go to our website, pick up a shirt. Should be in the link below. This is Corey saying peace.